Hello everyone, my name is Daniel and today we're going to be interviewing Tatyana. She is a floral designer. She has a business and it goes by the name of Teakae Tied. Today we're going to be asking her some questions, getting to know her business, how she got to where she's at today, and she's going to share some wisdom on owning a business and some tips to get to where she's at today. Now, the first question I'd like to ask you, Tatyana, is what inspired you to become a florist in the first place?
Daniel, thank you for having me today. I hope this will be valuable information for the viewers. So, I have always been a creative person. I've enjoyed working with my hands and observing art. I had an opportunity that presented itself in 2018 to help a friend out and do her wedding, create the floral arrangements for it. And while I was in the process of getting all the licenses and necessary equipment for the wedding, I got encouraged by a lot of friends and family to pursue this, and that was kind of what got me into it.
That's awesome. Now, to all of those watching, what would you say are some of the characteristics that you need to have in order to be a business owner, in order to be able to run a successful business?
Well, the biggest thing is you have to be a go-getter. You have to be the one willing to take initiative to get things done. You're the owner. You don't have to go to school. You don't have to get a business degree. If you are eager, if you are willing to learn, if you're resourceful, I've learned everything as I went. I've did my own research. I've asked people. If you are willing to put in the elbow grease and educate yourself, you will be able to succeed. But one of the biggest things I would say is it is absolutely necessary to have a good support system, because if you do not have that, you won't get far in this business, or any business for the matter, because it is a lot of work, and there are days when you will be very discouraged to quit and forget about it all. But if you have supportive family around you, supportive friends, you can definitely be in it for the long haul.
Yes, definitely agree with you. Thank you for sharing. The advice you gave, the information you provided was very, very valuable. And next question I'd ask you is, for those who are wondering, who is a floral designer? And what does a day in the job look like? What would you say?
Well, the day on the job really starts a lot earlier than that. When we're meeting up with clients, we create firstly a design board. We get to know what the style is of the event, what the colors are, what's the overall theme, what kind of atmosphere do they want. We put together what we call a design board, and that helps portray that. It ties the bridge between the clients and us to make sure we're on the same page. So once we establish that, we create a recipe. This is for our side of things. We create a recipe for all the arrangements we're going to be making, what kind of flowers are going to be going in there, how many of everything, and we send it out to our wholesalers, to our farmers, at least 1 month before the event, to make sure that we're getting everything in the right amounts. And so the week of the wedding, we make sure to prepare all the vessels we need, all the vases, all the buckets cleaned and counted for, as well as candle holders if we're renting those out for the event. Those will also all get boxed up and ready to go, so we don't have to worry about it the day of the wedding. So 3 days before the wedding or other event, we go pick up all our product from the farmers, from the wholesalers, and we begin processing everything, which means we clean the stems, we unpack, unbox, give everything a fresh cut, dip everything into the solutions that extend the longevity of the stems. We put them in the buckets of water, which have the specific chemicals in there to also extend the vase life of the flowers. We have them sit for 4 hours before we get to work with them so that they can maximally hydrate. At that point, we can then begin working, and we arrange everything ourselves by hand. Everything passes through my hands before it is complete, and once everything is arranged, it takes us 2 full days, and depending on the event, the night before the event as well. And then the morning of the event, we load up all the vehicles with all the arrangements. We need to make sure everything arrives to the venue safely and unharmed, unspilled. We come to the event, we set everything up, we make sure everything is up to spec, and then we go home, clean up, eat, sleep.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, that was very detailed explanation, and that was definitely helpful, and really just getting to see not just a day in the life, but the whole process that goes behind preparing for these events and making sure that everything looks good and making sure you have all the material and the right preparation. Now, these flowers that you handpick and that you use to create these beautiful bouquets and pieces, um, where do you source these flowers?
Well, we try to, as much as we can, work with local farmers so that we can also support locally grown agriculture and small businesses alike. Once we get what we can from locals, we work with local wholesalers. There's one in Sacramento, it's a smaller one, and then there's a bigger one in San Francisco. They work with farmers and growers from other countries, other states, and even local farmers.
Mm-hmm. I see. Now, living in California, especially Sacramento, and having the Bay Area next to us, there is a lot of competition. There's many businesses happening, and many people are creative and have become business owners and have some successful businesses. Now, in terms of being a floral designer, having a floral business, what makes your business stand out from the rest?
Well, we pride ourselves in delivering high quality arrangements. We make everything with the finest details inspected. We also pride ourselves in delivering high customer service care. We understand that most of our clients are newly engaged couples. This is an exciting yet stressful time for them as well. They're trying to plan their wedding, and we want to ensure that it is as stress-free from our end as possible. So we do quick communication, and we hash out all the details earlier on rather than waiting till closer to the event when everything is in high stress. And that's one of the reasons why we think we are one of the better florists in the town. And yeah.
Well, that is solid information that you provided, because there is definitely many businesses around, and a lot of competition, but you definitely provided some very valuable advice on how to stand out, how to be different. And on that note, I also want to mention, for those who are watching right now and have the question, why would I buy flowers from you? Let's say a bouquet. Why would I purchase a bouquet from a floral designer when I can just go to a grocery store and purchase, some bunches of flowers and create, my own bouquet, or, or just buy one that's already made at a grocery store. Um, what would you say the big difference is between buying flowers from you versus buying them at a grocery store?
Well, the first thing most people notice is the price tag, which is definitely has a part to play in the matter. Yes, you will pay more from a designer, but you will be getting a unique handcrafted arrangement, which is very special because it was created just for you. It can be customizable. It is much more fresh because we work with local farmers, as I mentioned before. You get to enjoy those flowers in your home for a lot longer than you would if you were to get a bunch of flowers from the grocery store. You get to enjoy their fragrance because local source flowers have that, and it is a unique piece of art that you get to keep and enjoy in the time that it is alive.
Yes, it's definitely a unique work of art.
But one of the bigger things is also you are supporting a small business. When you buy from us, the profits that we make from your purchase, they go directly to supporting our families, rather than if you're buying from a grocery store, it is a drop in the ocean for corporate level.
Yes, definitely. Um, and you've shared some valuable information. I'm sure the audience have gained a lot of valuable advice and information and um, wisdom from you. And the last question that I have for you is this: what is some final advice that you can give to the audience, to the people watching, about owning a business, whether it just be any kind of business or a floral business?
Well, if you're just looking to get into a new business, I would highly recommend for you to firstly do your own research. Have an idea of what you're getting yourself into before you dive in deep, because that's the last thing that you would want to find out is it's not for you. You're not cut out for it when you're already very far in. Um, Once you figured out what it is that you want to do and you decide you want to pursue it, I would recommend to finding somebody who can mentor you. Work for free for them, be an intern. You will gain a ton of valuable information, and it's like free education, except you're exchanging your time for them. They will be able to impart their wisdom, and you will be able to learn. And at that point, once you have accumulated a lot of knowledge about the business, you can venture out on your own, and there's a lot less risk, a lot less stress, because you have a lot of knowledge going into it.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing. Thank you for your time. And for all of you who are interested in checking out Tatyana's Instagram page, she can, we'll provide that. We'll place a link in the bottom to her Instagram where you can check her out. Once again, business name Tiakae Tied. And I'm sure the audience have gained much information from you and from what you had to share today. And thank you.
It's been a pleasure.